Hi, Shalom and welcome to How to Pronounce and Say in Hebrew. And this video is the third lesson. It's going to be a reading practice. If you just stumbled upon this video, you can watch the first lesson and second lesson. And in them I teach the Hebrew alphabet and Niqqud, the vowels in Hebrew. So I will put the links in the description below and in the end of this video. Of course, you are welcome to stay and enjoy the reading practice. So, the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verses 1 to 5. So, these are the five, but don't be intimidated because I will break it down and we'll talk about them with English explanation, translation, so it's going to be quite easy. And in the end of this movie, we will go back to this and you will see that you can read it. So this is the first verse. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. So just for, if you don't know, I will remind you that in English we read from left to right, but in Hebrew we read from right to left. Yes. So in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. It's very easy. It's simple English, and in Hebrew it's really rather simple Hebrew. So let's go to the first word. In the beginning, Bereshit. So you see, this is bet with the gesh. So it's b. And shvana, like the two dots, like I taught you in the last video. Reish with tsere, bre. This is aleph. Em kriya, mother of reading. No sound. This is shin with the right dot above. It's the sound of sh. And this is chirik, the sound of e, the yud, mother of reading, and taf. So bereshit. Going to the verb. Created, bara. So it's again bet like this with the gesh, b. But here you see kamatz, the sound of a, ba. And now reish again, just like here, and kamatz. So it's bara. The aleph, right, because we have to put something in the end of the verb, right? So, going on to the next. God, Elohim. So this is aleph, just like here. And this is the sound of a. Chataf segol. When you see the 5 dots, chataf segol. Lamed. And the dot here, the sound of lo, because it l and o, lo. And hey. Ha, h, right? And chirik. Just like here, e, but with a hey, he. And mem sofit, Elohim, comma. I don't have to explain this, right? Et, same as aleph, tsere, also the sound of a, and taf, just like here, et. And now here, heaven, right? Heaven. Here, hashamayim. How do you say that? Hey, just like here, but with patach, sound of a, ha. Again, shin, so it's like here, shin, with a dot on the right side, it's above, so it's sh. And we have here the gesh, because it closes the syllable. This is a small syllable, patach, so hashamayim. And this is kamat, so sha. And mem, patach, again, sound of ma, kama, patach, a. And again, Yud, Chirik, Im, Mem, Sofit, just like here, Hashamayim, comma, and Ve, yes, this is Vav, the ot Vav, with Shvana, so it sounds a bit like Tzere, but it's a smaller sound, Ve, again, Aleph, Aleph, just like here, Et, but just with Vav, Ve'et, earth, Haaretz. So again, you see Kamatz, Kamatz, Segol, Segol, the sound of A. So A, but with Hey, it's Ha, Aleph, sound of A, Reish, Re, and Tzadik, Sofit, Tz, Haaretz. So, Bereshit, Bara, Elohim, Et Hashamayim, Ve'et Haaretz. All right, going on to the next verse. The second verse is rather long, so first let's read it, and then I will break it down to two parts. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. So let's go and read it in Hebrew. So this is the first part of the second verse. And I remind you, in Hebrew we read from right to left. So, and in Hebrew it's ve, vav, with two dots, shvana. Earth, haaretz, the earth, haaretz. If you remember, we read the same word in the last verse. Haaretz, hey, kamatz, aleph, kamatz, reish, segol, tzadik, sofit, ha, a, re, tz, vehaaretz. Was, to be, past form, haita, haita, because aretz in Hebrew it's feminine. So haita, this is the way to say about a woman or a noun, female, masculine. Haita. So it's again hey, kamatz, yod, shva, taf, t, yeah, kamatz, and hey in the end of the verb. Haita, haita. And now, without form, yes, and void, in Hebrew, tohu vavohu. Tohu, taf, t, with cholam here, the dot, so it's to, the sound of o, plus taf, to, and hey again, with vav and shuruk. This gives the hey the sound. Tohu. And now vavohu. Sometimes in the end, instead of like when we say and, like this, and this, we use kamatz and not shva. That's in certain words and phrases. So tohu vavohu is a phrase. So this is kamatz, the sound of v plus a, va, bet, but you see there is no dagesh, so it's going to be v, but with cholam, vo, and again, hey, ha, plus the sound of shuruk, u, va, vohu. Tohu vavohu, it's chaos, if you want to know the real translation. So without form and void, again, the same thing. And darkness, vechoshech, so and ve, shva, right? Ve, choshech, darkness. This is chet, and the sound of cholam, or vecho. And again, this shin, the dot on the right side above, says that it's sh. And segol, sound of she, and kaf sufit, or chaf sufit in the end with the like shvanach, it closes the syllable. So vechoshech, comma, al pnei, that's upon the face. Face in Hebrew is panim, but because pnei here is construct state with face of the deep in Hebrew, pnei tehom, two nouns that go together. So instead of face, pnei, pei with shva, pnei, and a gesh, pei, and tsere with the nun, nei, and tehom. Tehom is abyss, taf, right, and shvana, so a bit like te, and hey, right, with cholam, maleh, the dot here, so it's ho, and mem sofit, tehom. והארץ הייתה תוהו ובוהו, וחושך על פני תהום. Moving on to the second part of the second verse. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. So let's see. Yes, vav with two dots, right? Like instead of the end, reish, r, vav with shiruk, so the sound veru, and chet, sound of ch, with patach. That is patach gnuva, like a stolen patach. If you want me to translate it to English, it's like a small vowel, the sound of ach, veru ach. We saw this word in the last verse. So aleph with chataf segol, the five dots, sound of e. Lamed with cholam chaser, like not with vav and dot, but without the vav, so it's called cholam chaser, but it's still the sound of o with lamed, so lo, and hey, chirik, he, and mem sofit, Elohim. Mem with shva, sound of me, reish, again, with patach, a, ra. Now we have segol, segol, the sound e, with again chet, just like here, chet, but the sound of che, pei without the gesh, so it's fe, and taf, merachefet, al pnei hamayim, right? So, ein. If you recall from the last verse that we talked, so it's again the same construct state, ein with patach and lamed al, pei with the gesh is p and shvana, pe, nun with tsere nei, hamayim, hey with patach, ha, mem with kamatz, ma, yud with chirik, e, and mem sofit, hamayim. So going again, veruach Elohim merachefet al pnei hamayim. Simple, right? All right, let's go to the next verse. The third verse. And God said, let there be light. and there was light. So you see, we are talking again and again about the same words, God and light. So it's really rather easy. Let's check it out in Hebrew. So, Vav with patach, sound of va, Yod with cholam chaser, the sound of yo, Aleph, no vowel, so it's like mother of reading. We have to have this letter here, Aleph, and Mem with segol, the sound of me, and Reish, r, vayomer. We'll talk about the verb in the future, that we have at least 3 letters in the verb most of the times, but we'll talk about it in the future, so stay tuned. And go again to the word of God. So you remember Aleph with chataf segol, the 5 dots, sound of e, lamed, you write, with cholam chaser lo, hey with chirik, sound of he, and mem sofit, Elohim. Yehi, let there, it's like you said, Yehi. Yod with shva, ye, and again, hey with chirik, he, yehi. It's like he's saying, let there be light, yehi. And light, that's this word or, Aleph with vav cholam male, and reish, or. And again, you see the same letters right here, va. It's like, and there should be light. It's like, and va, with patach, vai, he, right, like here. And again, or, Aleph, cholam, male, the dot here above, and reish. Let's read it again, right. Vayomer Elohim yehi or. Vayehi or. The 4th verse. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. So, let's see. Yes, Vav with patach, va, Yod with patach, ya, Resh with shva and aleph. It sounds like vayar. Yes, because it's like shvanach, not shvana. It's just like that, vayar. And God, yes, we saw this word many times. Aleph with chataf segol lamed with cholam chaser, lo, hey with chirik and mem sofit, Elohim, et, Aleph with segol, sound of and taf, et, ha-or, the light, hey with kamatz, ha, Aleph and cholam male, or, ki, kaf, with the gesh, so it's k, and chirik with yod, ki, tov, tet. It's like the sound of taf, but it's tet. And tet with cholam male, again vav, so it's to, and bet, v, tov, because there is no dagesh, so it's tov, it's good. Ki, tov, because good. Ki, it's because, and tov, it's good. And or is a light, if you remember. Here, divided, va, Vav with patach, Yod with patach, Vaya, Bet, right? It's like bet here, no dagesh, with Shva, Vayav, Daled, the sound of the, with Tzere, and Lamed. Like El, Lamed, but here it's the end of the word. So Vayavdel. Elohim again, right? Elohim, just like that. Bain, bet with dagesh, with tzere. Be, in, yod and nun sofit. Bain. Haor, yes, light, just like that. Haor, uvein, just like here, but no dagesh here, and so it's vav with shuruk, it's the sound of u, and vein, uvein, ha-choshech, darkness, he with patach, ha, chet with cholam, cho, shin with the dot here, so it's sh, and segol, she, and chaf sofit, with shvanach that closes the syllable, ha-choshech. Let's say it again. Vayar Elohim et haor ki tov. Vayavdel Elohim bein haor uvein ha-choshech. Guys, I hope that you are still with me. I know it's a very long video, yes, right, film, well, Hollywood. And stay with me, don't give up. So this is the fifth verse. It's rather long, so we will break it down to two parts again, but let's go and read the first and read the fifth verse in English, just to know what we are going to deal with. So it's, and God called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. So this is the first part of the fifth verse. Let's see. And God called. So this is Elohim. You remember the word? So we say the verb before the word God. So Vaikra, you remember, right? Vav patach, va, yod with chirik, I, kuf. So it's kof with shvanach, vaik, and reish with kamatz, ra, and aleph, because it is a letter that go with the verb vaikra, likro, to read, kara, likro. We'll talk about this in the future, don't worry. And God, you remember this? Chataf segol, Elohim, laor. We already saw the word light, so lamed, the light, right? Lamed, la, or, aleph, vav with the cholam male, and reish. Yom, day, yod, vav with cholam male, yom, mem sofit. And darkness, choshech, yeah, we saw this word. Vav with shvana, it's end, ve, la choshech. Lamed, patach, la, chet with cholam chaser, cho, shin with segol, and shin, right? Choshe, chaf sofit with shva, ch. We saw this word, you remember. Vela choshech, kara, yes, it's like vaikra kara. You see that it's Kof Reish Aleph, Kof Reish Aleph. But kamatz, kara, laila, night. Lamed, kamatz, la, yod with shva, lai, and lamed again with kamatz, la, hey. Va'ikra Elohim la or yom ve'lachoshech kara laila. And the second part of the 5th verse. So let's read it. Vav patach va yod with shva vai, it's like vai, and hey with chirik, he vayhi, and evening, right? It's this word you see, segol with ein, erev, reish, and bet with no dagesh, so it's erev, vayhi, again the same thing, vayhi voker, morning, no dagesh, so it's vo, right? The o, kof with segol, voker, yom, yod, cholam, male, yom, echad, first day. Echad is one, and it's also first. So aleph, segol, chet with kamatz cha and daled, echad. Vayhi erev, vayhi voker, yom echad. Congratulations, we passed. And now we see all the 5 verses again, and we read it together. So now you can try to read it for yourself, but let's try to do it together, right? Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. והארץ הייתה תוהו ובוהו, וחושך על פני תהום, ורוח אלוהים מרחפת על פני המים. ויאמר אלוהים, יהי אור, ויהי אור. וירא אלוהים את האור, כי טוב. ויבדל אלוהים בין האור ובין החושך. ויקרא אלוהים לאור יום, ולחושך קרא לילה. ויהי ערב, ויהי בוקר. יום אחד. Well done, guys. Well done, well done. You can pat yourself on the shoulder. And now I think about another reading practice for the next lesson. And if you did that, you can do everything. And I hope you enjoyed it. You can comment below if you had time, if you had a great time, if you had fun, or if you suffered. But it will get better, in time. So thank you for being here, listening and reading and learning. And as always, I will see you in the next video.